Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I want to talk to you about the idea that Splinterlands should diversify their income sources from us and from the community. And I have a few ideas that I want to kick around with you, but I really want to just drive this home that there is a path to which we actually can push this matter forward. It seems like Splinterlands is not worried, and that's okay. I believe them, I trust them, but I want to push this matter forward in a way that as community members we can, through things like DAO votes or even just conversations through videos like this, because I think there's paths that make sense to really execute so that we can see extra dollars reaching the team and therefore creating greater runway, more security for the game we love. Let's talk about that today. Before we do though, my name is Dwayne Cunningham and I go by Infidel 1258. If you want to subscribe to the channel and support what I do here, you can check out the members only tab and see the different tiers of involvement. If you support the channel at any financial level, you'll have access to a bunch of members only live content as well as videos I do for them only. So thank you for in advance if that sounds like something you might want to do. And without further ado, let's get into it. So I was talking with Gathering the Magic the other day in a live conversation with my members. And in that, he brought up the topic. Actually, I'll go back even a couple of days before. In the last town hall, there was a question from Gathering the Magic who actually raised the question, why doesn't the team allow us to donate money? Like just create a button on the Splinterlands webpage. Maybe there could be, support. Buy Me a Cup of Coffee is an app that people use, content creators will use if you want to see financial support reaching the content creators you like. That's an app that some people will use. In my instance, like I said, people can support my channel by financially contributing monthly and then getting access to members only content. Why doesn't Splinterlands maybe do something like this? I mean, they're already giving a ton of services, I would argue, to us as community members, content 2 hours every week from a town hall or a town square. And I would argue that that is not an inconsequential contribution. It's meaningful. They're entertaining. They're fun. They cover the topic of the game that we love. So I'm not saying they should charge us exactly. I'm just saying, what if you created ways that we could say thank you? And I don't know where their YouTube channel is at. Let's actually have a peek. The YouTube channel has 3,800 followers. It's a video game channel. I'm sure they can be monetized by now if they wanted to be, because I was able to be monetized after 1,000, I think, subscribers. So, there should be. I can see now that there is no. Let's see. No, there's no button here or any sort of monetary giving, like to drop a tip or whatever. And there should be. Like, frankly, not everybody would use it, and that's okay. And I'm not saying we should all contribute money to a game that we love because we're already in some sense contributing money. I'm just saying if this game and this team created a way for some people to say thank you, they would take it. That's one example. I want to give several examples in this video. I think that would be easy to do, and it should take no programming from Splinterlands, and it should happen. It would be one easy path. Let us say thank you financially. Let us support the game we love. Let us help contribute to the vision of long-term sustainable finances and a good runway so that we can see our way through this bear market into the next bull. Let's make that happen. I have other ideas too. We have within the marketplace, we have that new proposal that passed. It's not so new anymore, but now 5% fees on all of the sales with the cards. And a proportion of that, I forget how it breaks down, but it's something like, it might be 4% to the market that completes the sale. I forget how it works exactly. It's a 5% fee, and some of that goes to Splinterlands. Why isn't there a 5% fee on every single thing? You know what I mean? I don't like fees. I don't want to pay fees, but I want my game, this game that I'm heavily invested in, by the way, to thrive. And the relatively inconsequential sort of nickels and dimes that would come from, small percentages on top of a sale are both standard from any sort of industry. Like wherever you live, you pay tax on products you like. You buy a drink for $1 and you pay 10 cents tax or 5 cents tax. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like a trivial amount of additional costs that would go specifically to Splinterlands. And I don't just mean cards, because we already essentially do that. I don't just mean land, because we do that, I think. But I'm talking about, every single thing. Like here's a note. We talked recently I think it was the town hall, about how the team hasn't had any sort of serious revenue for a while. And, Zyriel didn't work very well. Rift Watchers hasn't sold very well. And even Rift Watchers, the value is going to the DAO. Wait a second. I know we want to support the DAO and we wanted Rift Watchers to fund the DAO in some sense. And I get that. But why isn't a 5% fee for packs like Rift Watchers that are intended to support the DAO finding its way back to the pockets of the team that created the pack. I'm talking about like a really inconsequential division. I'm talking 95% to the DAO, 5% to Splinterlands, or 100% of the purchase price to the DAO and a 5% fee back to Splinterlands. Guys, they created these cards. They launched it. They did all of this product, and yet they're giving the value to us as DAO holders. What I want to see is every single sale, every single pack, Chaos Legion, Rift Watchers, you know, on the Hive blockchain or directly from Splinterlands, that there would always be a fee on that. Is that possible? Is that possible on the Hive blockchain? In some sense, it isn't possible on the Hive blockchain because we would have the assets are in your account and you're trading directly peer-to-peer with me. So maybe that's not possible in that context. But Rift Watchers, it could be possible. Rebellion, it could be possible. The mini set that's coming, it could be possible. And then we can get into... This is a 2-point conversation now that I want to draw up. As we move closer and closer to land, you know that we are going to have a substantial amount of grain. You know also that it was possible to get grain and time crystals by putting a certain amount of money into your pre-purchases when you got your land. So I have 270,000 grain already. I have 2,700 time crystals already. First of all, this is a separate point, but I want this said out loud. And I hope you guys will agree with this. Time crystals need to be sellable now. This is a transferable token. I can send it right now to another account. I can send it in-game to whoever I want. And yes, I could sell that. You know, I could set a price with you and I could send it to you and you could send me the DEC and we could work out a private deal. But why is that necessary? It shouldn't be. This is easily put onto the Hive Engine. You know, we could just add a token, time crystals, or looks like there's already something called time, but we would want the equivalent of time, maybe TC, time crystals. I don't know. But we need a token on here so that we can represent that trade and so that we can begin to market. We can market our time crystals because in preparation for LAN 1.5, I want more time crystals. That's part of the conversation. And 2, I know others do also. Why is that related to this issue of fees and to raising money for Splinterlands, the team, and giving them more runway? Well, imagine it. If this is made marketable in some facet through the game, I could imagine a fee on that. And it's a sale. Like, why can't there be a fee on that? I think there is some complication, as I alluded to a moment ago. If you're going through the Hive Engine the Hive blockchain, I don't technically know enough about blockchain to speak and say if a fee is possible in that context. But I know that Hive Engine collects fees. Hive Engine collects fees when you complete deposits. When you go into your wallet and you go deposit, they will take a certain amount of fee for the deposit. And then when you extract, when you withdraw, there's another fee. So there's fees coming into and out of the market. Maybe moving your time crystals into or out of the market require a slight fee. And again, that would go specifically to Splinterlands. That would be value in their pockets. Maybe it's paid in DEC, or I don't know how it would work exactly. Let's talk about that. But let's diversify the paths through which Splinterlands can get new revenue. We also know full well that we're going to see soon a season pass. I want to see that sooner than later. That's going to be revenue in their pockets. We want to see new non-revenue generating resources or tokens in the game, such as skins that you can buy and sell. People would buy those things. Give us ways to give you money. That's what I'm saying. And I think I gave 3 or 4 ideas that are my own. And plus, you know, again, shouting out the season pass. I would support the season pass. I want this game to thrive. I want them to have the money they need. I want to feel like my investment of 50, 60,000 US dollars is secure in a game that is not in danger due to bear markets. And I think many of our people in this community feel the same way. And so Rebellion's coming soon. That'll be one way we can put money into their pockets. I personally will find a way. I'm not sure how, but I'm going to get some of those packs because I want 1, those cards, but 2, to support the game. And so there's lots of ways that is already happening and will soon happen. But let's be creative in finding new ways. And as we see the new mini sets, as we see Rebellion packs, put 5% fees on these things. Create ways to, even when you create new things that are intentionally and exclusively for the DAO, I want to see a 5% slice of that going to Splinterlands so that we can see this game thrive and sustain itself. Thanks guys for listening. I hope that was interesting. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below. And if you specifically agree around the time crystals, try and let's make a stink on this, because man, I wish we could sell. It feels really easy to have time crystals listed onto Hive Engine so that we can then trade a token, and I know there's a market for it already. Plus grain, it needs to be tradable. It's not currently. There's talk about making the peer-to-peer marketplace wait. I don't understand why that would be. If there's some explanation that's escaping me and that you're aware of, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, let me know which ideas are best, because I really want this to get pushed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have an amazing day. God bless.